Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
This is The Rush with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson on The Rush Radio Network, Iowa's sports station.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome to The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Chevrolet of Granger. Are you ready for this? Chevy is bringing big savings this August. Get 0% financing for 5 years, no payments for 90 days on eligible 2026 Silverado models, or lease the popular Trailblazer for as low as $289 a month. The Trax is also available at 2.9% financing, giving you even more ways to save. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. You can start leaving your comments in the comment section. No phone lines today. Ross heard it too. It was like we were dialing in and trying to get our phone line set up, and it's like they went out of business. They still have money in. They still have my money in their account, Ross. They better not be taking my money.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's all right.
Yep, and of course you can follow us on our social media channels. How you doing there, buddy? First day of school for Audrey today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Today's Wednesday,
okay.
Right? Today's Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Thank God. Yeah, tomorrow is the first day of school for Audrey. I found a couple of fun stories during as you were playing the opening there. You know, we usually chat for a few minutes here before we get going.
It's been getting less and less. You're like preoccupied in the morning. I don't see you for I just see you walk by, make coffee. I'm like, see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And anyway,
I did find.
Do you know? And I did go through the rundown, so don't feel bad. I think we found the star, the hero that we need.
The hero that we need,
Travis. The thing that's been lacking from our lives has been a great American tennis star.
Oh, I saw this.
Amanda Anisimova. I don't know how to say her last name. She should Captain America. That should be the new name. Amanda Anisimova. She's like the 9th ranked woman in the world.
And by the way, after this story, more people know who she is than ever before. They're like, who is this girl?
So I think people have probably seen it. There's a video. It looks like she's chugging a beer.
It's funny because there's more to the story, right? You're right. She's hiding the cup like in her, and I wish I would have got the video for you today. I'm sorry. I should have got this. But
I didn't know I was going to talk about it. Sorry.
She lifts up. She's playing in this tennis match. And she's like got this cup concealed in a towel. And then you pull it out and it looks like the backwash of a beer and it's like foamed up.
It looks like a Bud Light.
Yeah, you're like, is she chugging a Mick Ultra down right now?
It's golden with a little bit of a foamy head on top of it. She's kind of hiding it in the towel. She pulls out the towel, takes like the last sips of it. Turned out she'd ordered a Red Bull.
Did you listen to the commentary for the tennis commentators?
Yeah, I
They were like, she's because they knew what they were thinking, and they're like, well, maybe it could be apple cider. You know,
yeah, that's the first thing the guy said.
Apple cider? What are you talking about?
The guy goes, what was that? The guy goes, was that apple cider? Yeah, in the middle of a match, she's chugging apple cider.
And then they finally, let the elephant in the room out. They're like, I don't think she'd be drinking a beer right now. And then she ordered a Red Bull mid-match.
Yeah, courtside reporter said that she ordered a Red Bull.
I did not know, Ross, because I've only drank Red Bull 2 different ways. 1 out of a can and 2 in a Red Bull vodka. And I know it's got a little color tint to it. I didn't know it looked like that much like a beer.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, because I was like, I don't drink Red Bull. And I didn't know I didn't know it looked that much like beer if you poured it into a white or clear solo cup.
And think about this. It is not so much that it has the coloring of a beer. It foamed like a beer. Usually a carbonated drink is just the bubbles, right?
Yeah.
That thing foamed like a beer. And you're like, wow.
The hero we need. Amanda, was it Amanda? What was her name?
Yeah.
Anamosima.
Who's the first one to call for a deal, a marketing deal? Is it Red Bull or is it Bud Light going, when I'm not chucking Red Bull on the court, I'm drinking.
Bud Light is locked into the Shane Gillis thing. They did the Dylan Mulvaney thing, and then they were like, oh, never mind. No, we're Shane Gillis. That's who we'll pander to the Shane Gillises of the world.
Because that's where the money is.
And so I don't think that they will back away from that for a little while. Maybe. Red Bull would be real smart to jump at this. They both would be.
Red Bull may not want her because tennis isn't as daring as a sport as some of the stuff that they sponsor.
That's a good point.
We know you're a good athlete, but you don't put your life in danger every time you step onto a tennis court.
Okay, those videos, the ones of the Red Bull crazy stuff. I'm sorry, total veer here, but I got another one coming for you. I didn't know we were going to talk about Red Bull.
I didn't know we were going to talk about any of this.
About Amanda Manamosima. The videos that Red Bull does, the insane stuff that Red Bull pulls off.
What do you get caught watching the most? Because I'll tell you what mine is.
All right.
Mine is the guys in the fly suit that jump off like mountains and fly like Superman for like 5 minutes before pulling the chute.
And then there's a second guy flying behind them filming it?
Yes. You're like, you fuckers are crazy.
The ones that get me, Travis, are the ones that look like, again, and they could very easily be AI at this point because AI is crazy. But for a while they weren't. And I don't think a lot of these Red Bull videos are AI. The ones that look like Rube Goldberg contraptions, the guy, it starts with a person on a ski hill, right?
Yeah.
And he starts to ski down the hill. And then all of a sudden he throws a parachute up and he's now parachuting down into this town. And he parachutes into the town and he hits a building and takes the chute. Have you seen these things?
Yes.
Or the one where a car, like they got Travis Pastrana. Is that who it is? Or is it I think it's Travis Pastrana that they've got in their little Subaru. And they've got that thing flying around. I could watch those videos. It's incredible. The timing of them. There's one where a helicopter is going under a jump as the Subaru flies over the top of it. They time that perfectly. He's driving next to an F-150 or an F-150. An F-15 fighter jet is flying next to the bridge, and he's like going at 99 miles an hour. Pastrana. What did I say? Did I say Pastrami?
Pastrami.
Pastrami.
You said it like it
Capicola.
was legit, so I just went ahead and
prosciutto.
Bruschetta.
I had a nice charcuterie board for lunch yesterday.
Did you now? Sitting on the porch doing real estate? Every time I call you, what are you doing? Sitting on the porch? I'm like, do people in Ross's neighborhood think he works? Because every time I call, you're like, what are you doing? Sitting on the porch, getting some work done. I'm like, they're like, he's one of those online creators. That's what he is. He's an online creator.
I'm trying to create. I'm trying. No, yeah. Rather than go up to the office, man, I can just sit there. It's been beautiful the last couple of days also. So it's my favorite spot. The Red Bull videos are one of the internet rabbit holes I can get down. Fishing videos. I can watch people catching muskie.
Talk about polar opposites. Total extreme adrenaline rushing to just calm, relaxing. I'm going to watch you pull in the muskie.
It's not calm and relaxing. That's
look
the thing.
Look at his cast.
What about Trav?
What about weight line he has on that?
You're going to think I'm crazy. It's the same feeling. It's the same feeling. That watching Travis Pastrana fly his Subaru over the top of a helicopter. Watching a winged suit guy fly through,
the Swiss Alps.
Right. Dude, it gives me the same feeling as watching somebody pulling a buzz bait through the water, and you see this wake come behind it. You're like, something's going to happen. Watch. And I know with both videos what's going to happen. In one, the guy's going to fly around trees. In the other one, they're going to catch a fish. How can I not just go, seen it. Instead, I go, oh, look at that.
Because deep down, when you're watching the fly suit videos and they've got the helmet cam and it looks like they're literally inches from the rocks of the mountain, you want them to crash.
I don't.
You want them to crash.
I don't. No, you want them to crash.
I do.
You want them to crash.
I'm sick that way. I'm like, oh, I just want to see it crash.
I don't. I'm like, oh, don't crash. Don't crash. And I always think about the cameraman, too. I always did this with Mike Rowe and Dirty Jobs. You know, Mike Rowe I love that show, Dirty Jobs. I like Mike Rowe. This isn't a knock on Mike Rowe. But I did always think it was funny. It would be like, you know, we found this old shit bin from the 1950s that nobody's been in 73 years. And I'm going to be the first person to climb inside of it. And they open, and the camera shot is from the inside of the bin, watching Mike Rowe climb in. You're like, well, the cameraman's the Neil Armstrong here.
Yeah, you wonder if the cameraman on the Red Bull video is like, I'm doing the same shit as this guy, but I'm not going to get the glory because he's the one in front of me and everybody's watching him. But I'm doing the exact same thing. He goes 15
feet closer to the rocks.
Yeah. Can you accelerate in those flight suits? Meaning, if he wanted to catch him, could he catch him?
Well, I would imagine. I don't know enough about physics to know, but I would think, yeah.
You know, if my insurance let me,
Travis,
I would jump
horrible.
out of a plane. I would not do a flight suit. I think in Las Vegas now, they have like a VR flight suit type thing to where you go, which wouldn't be the same, but you put on the flight suit.
It'd be safer.
It would be a lot safer. And
Did you know Williams? Did you know Williams jumped out of a plane a couple weeks ago?
I saw that. Yeah,
I had a conversation with him yesterday. It was a fun one. Him and Connie Bozen, our mayor. And he was like, dude, I had a long conversation with Connie Bozen. She's a badass. I'm like, I've been trying to tell people. She's an impressive lady. But yeah, Williams got to jump out of a plane.
I'm sure there's somebody here right now listening to this show that could arrange you jumping out of a plane. If you were offered,
I'm sure.
Would you jump out of a plane?
How about we don't offer?
Okay.
Because I'd do it. Damn right, I do it today. Let's go. And then the phone rings. And somebody's like, hey, Ross, I got a plane. I got a parachute. I got a guy. Got a strap. Ready to go.
I mean, George H.W. jumped out at like 90, right? Wasn't he jumping out like every birthday?
Do you know the story of George H.W. Bush? Do you know he got shot down
in World War II, right?
Behind enemy lines, survived behind enemy lines. His story is unbelievable. Shot down behind enemy lines, becomes the director of the CIA, and then the vice president and the president. And then his son becomes president. Tell me they ain't no Illuminati.
The Manchurian Candidate. Okay, we're going to shoot you down over... I don't want to believe that.
I don't want either.
I
think it's a fascinating story. And they did. When he was like 90, they got him out of a plane again. Remember him showing up at the Major League Baseball All-Star game and holding the ball up in the air?
Yeah. I'm going to say, you know, a good day is when you learn something new every day, right? If you can learn something new.
Okay.
However, I learned something new today that it made me feel stupid, Ross. Made me
Sometimes
feel stupid
that happens.
that I did not know this. When I say the name Mark Walter, do you know that name?
Mark Walter. I can't
Mark Walter is the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, was the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, is the owner of Chelsea FC, is the owner of an F1 team, is the owner of the Women's Professional Hockey League, owns it, right? And now he's under a fraud investigation by the feds for his dealings. That's not what I'm upset that I just learned today. Did you know he's from Iowa?
What?
Yes. I learned this morning. He graduated from Cedar Rapids Jefferson in 1978. Of course,
wow. No, I didn't know
Guggenheim Partners, and I knew this. I found this out this morning because Mike Halas had a column on his Substack that talked about him trying to interview Mark Walter several years ago. Actually showed up to his office in Chicago and was like shown to the door. I had no idea that Mark Walter, this billionaire who owns several major sports franchises, was from Cedar Rapids.
That's just a funny story from Halas. I'm sorry. I even showed up at the guy's office. What happened? They showed me to the door.
Showed me to the curb. He goes, I wasn't roughed up. They just said, hey,
I can imagine. And I imagine Mike would be the guy that would get it just to that line. Like, well, I just am a reporter. I'm just trying to ask questions. It's time for you to leave. Got it.
Now. Yeah. You need to leave.
Oh, I think I'm in the wrong office.
Now, most of the column by Halas was not about Mark Walter. It was more about how he doesn't believe there should be billionaires in the world. We disagree on that. But I had no idea this guy who's been in the news, who was instrumental in the Dodgers TV package, instrumental in what the Dodgers are doing. I think he owns 27% of the Dodgers. He just bought the Lakers a year ago for $10 million, turned around and sold it for $12.5 billion. I said billion, I mean. And now is under a fraud investigation by the U.S. government for like borrowing. It's very convoluted. I wish I understood a lot of this stuff. I don't. How the money moves hands. Basically, he borrowed money from insurance properties that he controls. So you're borrowing from yourself, but moving money around. It's all weird. And then you have the conspiracy theories because a Kushner was joined with Bob Iger to buy the Lakers, and they're saying the investigation is to help Kushner out. And there's just a bunch of stuff. But there you go. Really rich dude, powerful in the world of sports from Cedar Rapids, I had no clue.
By the way, no surprise, put me in the camp of believing that there's something else happening with an Iger and a Kushner buying this team
for $12.5 billion.
Months after the guy whose shares they're buying was under investigation and having his phone taken by the feds. Count me in on that, on Team Conspiracy Theory, which I'm gladly been a member of, and our record ain't so bad. That was the
smoke.
That was the link I sent you.
Fire.
Remember the email I sent you the other day with a couple of random?
I think the
BS
title
stories.
you said, "Our government is so fucked." I think
our government is so fucked. We're so fucked. There's no voting our way out of it. There's no. But yeah, this was that was the article I sent. Was from. I think that was from. It was from a business website. It wasn't a sports website if I remember right. But it was basically like, hey, we noticed some strange things happening here on this timeline with this business transaction and some investigations that are happening. You're like, yeah.
Now, in the world of soccer, where would you rate like Chelsea? Is Chelsea high up the
premier? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Chelsea, that's Bruno's favorite team.
Okay.
Chelsea is one of the premier brands. I mean, Travis, they are there with Manchester City, Manchester United. That's not to a true. I think to some of our soccer fans, and you guys weigh in if you'd like. Putting Manchester City and Manchester United in the same category is like putting Alabama, and because Manchester United is the Yankees.
Okay.
Manchester City is the Mets.
Okay.
Same city, same town. One of them has a much bigger worldwide brand than the other one. And trying to describe it is, you have to go back to Babe Ruth days to understand why, right? Tyler, did I do okay with that? Is that fair? Is it Yankees and Mets? So Chelsea in that scenario would be like a Boston Red Sox. They're in that category. If you know the sport, you know Chelsea.
Okay. I mean, I've heard of Chelsea. I just didn't know where they ranked as far as popularity goes in the world of soccer.
I'm trying to think of some other teams that belong in that. There's a group, Travis, of about 15 teams. Maybe that's even a little bit high. 10 teams that are consistently in the Premier League. Don't ever really have to worry about relegation. They've got the money to be able to compete at any time. If things are going bad, they can buy a whole new roster. So Chelsea there's about 10 teams that fit into that category, and Chelsea belongs in that. And again, give me a leeway of about 5-6 when I say 10.
Tyler says you hit the nail on the head with the Red Sox comparison. He said that would be that's a good
again,
one.
And it's not an apples to apples exactly, but that's Chelsea's one of those brands that is in a 10, 15 best brands of professional football, soccer.
But if Mark Walter is from Cedar Rapids, went to Cedar Rapids Jefferson, graduated in 1978. How many other sneaky billionaire famous people are from Iowa that we don't even know about?
That guy hadn't been on the list.
No, just flies under the radar.
Did they list him as a California billionaire?
No, he would be like a Chicago billionaire.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah. That's where his Guggenheim offices were.
Guggenheim. Prestige worldwide. I had that. That's an interesting. I had no idea the guy was from. Did he go to Iowa? Is the question. He's a Creighton grad. Jay says. Damn it, Creighton.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Oh, look at Travis. We get all of his money. Oh,
went to Creighton. Who would have known? I guess if I looked on the Wikipedia, it would have told me, but. I need to go down to the College of Business. We just rebuilt that to see if there's like a Mark Walter donation on the wall.
Travis, in Omaha, you're going to. I think what I'm about to say.
Billionaires are a dime a dozen in this city.
Listen, is this by purpose? Creighton does not. I mean, even in Des Moines, man, there are a lot of people in Des Moines that don't know what Creighton is. And I know they know it's a private school in Omaha. What I'm saying is there are people that don't realize it's Warren Buffett. Money.
Warren doesn't do a lot with Creighton, though.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying there. I'm not saying Warren Buffett is directly attached with it.
Okay.
I mean that level of money. The amount of money that Creighton has, the type of connection that Creighton has, people in Des Moines think it's like Drake.
Oh no! Creighton's a lot farther
crazy.
than Drake.
Crazy,
100%.
This guy's. Maybe he'll share some of the.
I mean, he made $2.5 billion off the sale of the Lakers. Just bought it for. I mean, if you can turn $10 billion into $12.5 in 1 year, that's not bad. Now we'll see how much trouble he gets in, and if he has to sell the Dodgers, what does that mean for the Dodgers? Who have
what does it mean for the Dodgers?
Freely?
Yeah.
Well, meaning you have different views of ownership when it comes to spending, right? Some will spend a lot of money, some won't spend a lot of money. I mean, you have an ownership group of the Dodgers who obviously aren't afraid to defer a lot of money and spend a lot of money to get the players they want to win championships. So I guess what it would mean for the Dodgers is, would they be managed the same or have the same attitude of ownership if they were forced to sell that? There's no indication that the Dodgers would be on the block. The Lakers obviously were. And that's turning into a mess. As we brought up at the end of the show yesterday, the Buss family is, I mean, for a minority owner now that owns 17.5% of the Lakers, 5 of the 6 Buss family members have come out and said, we are united. We're lock, stock, and barrel. We are going to sell. And then you have Jeannie, who's holding on, who's a co-trustee, saying, no, I'm going to contest this. I want to be. To me, that sounds like a power grab. Meaning, yeah, you love the Lakers. It's been part of your family, but it's more about you being the governor and the representative of the Los Angeles Lakers.
I don't know about Travis. I think that's it's been her life.
That's you're 100% correct there. When it is your life, probably more so than the other siblings,
and way more so involved for your lifetime in the last 60 years, 50 years than anybody else that's in that room. BP's with you. Brian says, I'm with Travis on this one. This is the power grab. I don't know. I just.
Well,
she's always seemed like a lady to me where that legacy.
She wanted to carry it on for her dad.
Means something to her. Maybe I'm falling for it. She's always seemed that was a genuine thing to me. But
can two things be true at the same time?
Absolutely.
Meaning I agree with that 100%. But it's also, if I give this up, my life and what I've been able to control is gone.
You've had power all this time. Really hard to give it up. Really hard to give it up. I've got another one for you here that I thought we'd get to here in the first segment.
Okay.
But if you want to save it, I will read to you the headline, and you tell me if you want to save this for the backside of the break. Okay.
Okay.
I can tell already it's a long conversation that I want to have. I can tell already.
Okay, then save it. Just save it. We'll do it when we come back.
You want me to give you the headline? We'll give you the tease?
Yeah, give me the deep tease.
This is from gambling911.com. Colby Rasmus's niece featured in first ever Little League World Series player prop bets.
Okay, now you've intrigued me.
Want to throw money down on some Little League players and some prop bets on...
You've wet the beak a little bit. I'm anxious to hear this.
You want to hear about a website that's doing prop bets on the Little League World Series? Legit. This isn't like a jokey, what's the line for Easton Lincoln? Southside Johnny. No. This is a website you can go to and throw down real money on the Little League World Series.
Hey, folks, when the lights flicker or your outlets quit, call the pros at Mr. Electric of Central Iowa. Licensed local electricians handling everything from repairs to installations with upfront pricing and dependable service. Power up your home or your business. Visit MrElectricIowa.com today. Make sure to tell them, hey, we heard about you on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. We'll be back after these short commercial messages.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire. A front row tickets to every show-yonaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
It's August, and that means it's almost time to send your kids back to school. And here at Willis Lexus, we want to make sure you and your teen driver's vehicle are safe and reliable for the year ahead. So for this month, we're offering a complimentary vehicle inspection. Just bring you or your teen's car into any Willis service center, and our skilled technicians will check over things like your brakes, tires, and more. Any make, any model. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com. Thank you.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
You know, sometimes the key to feeling better comes from just being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. Before that, but more than that, UCI is a place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want somebody else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, part of the Rush Radio Network, powered by Willis Automotive. And before we dive into the child athlete sports prop betting story, which is actually legitimate, we do want to tell you about our Central City Liquors poll that we have up. Beer won again yesterday. So Brian texted us this morning, said, hey, I have no idea what's going on with the beer. Maybe it's late. It's been hot. People are late in the summer. People want some beer, right? Here are your choices. You can vote on our X page. Just go to @RushMornings on X. These are your choices. A 15-pack of Coors Light. 15-pack of Coors Light. The Sam Adams Oktoberfest 6-pack. The Yinling Flight 6-pack. Or the Goose Island Tropical Hug at 6-pack is your, and I had to look up what the Hug was. It's like a double hopped beer. I have no idea.
Goose Island makes great stuff. Yeah. I mean, all four of those are okay.
No surprise here. Yinling is winning.
That's
right now.
the first one I thought. I could see all four of them.
Yeah,
good picks there, Brian. Nice
picks.
Job.
I'm just kind of shocked at the beer, or maybe people are like, you know what, we've had a lot of bourbon and tequila and stuff. Maybe we'll mix it up, or the beer's a little more affordable, right? Instead of dropping like $50 or $60, you're in there for like, I can get a Coors Light 15-pack for, I don't know, $12.99 or whatever it's going to be. I have no idea what it's going to be, but we'll find out tomorrow from Brian Duax from Central City Liquors. All right, give me this story. You teased us. You gave us a little prop betting tease.
I'd never heard of gambling911.com until today. This story was published yesterday. It's for the first time ever, prop bets are being offered for players competing in the Little League Baseball World Series.
You know when they say there's a line when it's crossed,
that's the big conversation we're going to have at the end of this. Because, again, I'm telling you, there's a conversation here that goes back to that thing we always have about art. I know when I see it. Where's the line? Where's the line and why? The most important question is, why do you put the line where you put the line? So, gambling911.com first learned that Bet Online, which has been in business since 1999, is now among the world's top global gambling websites, had intended to offer Little League World Series player prop bets. We reached out to the Little League World Series reaction, have not heard back yet. Twitter and X is already a buzz with controversy surrounding Little League betting, and these new markets from Bet Online Sports and Casino are sure to spark more debate. In June, Bet Online offered betting odds on the Special Olympics.
Jesus. Sorry. I don't know why I just laughed. I know why I laughed, but it's
Travis,
like...
I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I read the article this morning, I laughed when I read that. And I don't think... I think we're laughing at the absurdity of it.
Yes.
Like you're not laughing. In June.
See? Ross has got the giggles now. I gave him the giggles.
Stop it. I can do this. In June, BetOnline offered betting odds on the Special Olympics 3 years after the company was lambasted for doing so. Quote, as a former Special Olympics medals presenter, I was under the full and idyllic impression that competitors competed for the sake of having fun while enhancing self-worth, not as a building block of seedy gambling operations used to make money. This one is beyond sick. So sick that when Gambling911.com reached out to Special Olympics organizers about this year's betting, they simply brushed it off. They issued a statement to Gambling 911. Neither Special Olympics nor the 2026 USA Games Organizing Committee are able to provide comment, as neither has an affiliation with betonline.ag. Come to find out, the Special Olympics last year had partnered with FanDuel.
Oh, my God.
So much for all the faux outrage from the few years back. Not a peep from those detractors this year. So let's get to the crux of the issue here. We are talking now about a Little League World Series that's coming up. And we're gambling on 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. 4 standout players are being featured in the prop bets. One is a girl, Kinley Rasmus. She's the daughter of former MLB pitcher Corey Rasmus and the niece of MLB veteran Colby Rasmus. Both dad and uncle also played in the Little League World Series for Alabama. Below, you'll find some of the player props and game lines and future odds for the 2026 Little League World Series tournament. So they've got total strikeouts for 4 different players. Kinley Rasmus, Cooper Thisson, Dominic Mombelur, and Mason Rincon. You can bet on their total strikeouts in their first start. You can also bet on which one of those players is going to have the most home runs during the tournament. Mason Rincon is the favorite at plus 125. In the USA bracket, you can put money on California to win. They're 1-1. They're a huge favorite in the tournament. South Korea is the top favorite in the international bracket. Iowa finds itself 10th out of the 20 teams in the odds.
Yeah, the Davenport Little League. Congratulations, all you Davenportians.
Oh, Thisson is from one of those kids. That kid's from Davenport. Cooper Thisson's from Davenport.
Wow.
Tyler just wrote.
The fact that you know that, Tyler, is impressive.
It just means you watch the Iowa team play.
Yeah.
He is second. Cooper Thisson is. He has the second most total strikeouts. Dominic Mombelur is 11.5 over under. Cooper Thisson is 10.5 over under on his strikeouts. And he's also plus 210 to hit the most home runs. Travis, feels gross?
Feels gross. You know,
gambling on the Special Olympics feels gross?
In so many ways. In so many ways.
That's so far beyond the line. That's
what was that movie that was based in Des Moines?
Oh, yeah, Johnny Knoxville, right?
No, was it Johnny
Knoxville? No, that one had the one with Woody Harrelson.
Yes, it was Woody Harrelson.
It wasn't bad. What was that? What was the name of that?
But all I remember is, the kid gets the shot for the winning shot. He just, I'm not going to take it, right? Yeah. I shouldn't laugh at it, but that's one of those things.
Travis, I think it's okay. We're not laughing at people with disabilities. We're laughing at the absurdity of people gambling on the Special Olympics.
And call me crazy, but betting on 12-year-olds is just a line, right? I mean, if you're a professional athlete.
That's what I think the conversation is that everybody should have. Everybody should be like, we can agree on a few things. And that's why I love the fact that the Special Olympics line is in there. And your instant reaction is the same as everybody else to go, come on. Come on. What? Yeah. Yeah. There's a real established 30-year company that's putting prop bets online for the Little League World Series. And just in case you don't think that that's over the line, they also did the Special Olympics, and that's the thing that's supposed to make you. It's a it's a thing called the is it the Overton window? In a conversation, you can only have you can only have this wide of a conversation. You can only talk about these things when you're having a conversation. So what has to happen to change the conversation is somebody's got to throw something way outside of the window. To prove a point, somebody's got to throw something way outside of the window, and then that shifts the framework of the conversation.
And the shift in the window is, for years we've bet on college football. For years we've bet on so it became a social norm, right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, I'm okay with that. College basketball,
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Why?
Outside the social norm, because it became part of every day. It just became you're used to it.
But betting on high school sports. That seemed to be, for a long time, that was the very clear line. And I would ask that question even then. Why? Why is it okay to bet on college sports, especially at that time? Think about 20 years ago. There wasn't a lot of difference publicly, where they would say, hey, nobody's getting paid. Athletes aren't getting paid. They're here. They're students. They're just playing because they love the alma mater. Right? Same thing that they said about high school. Same thing about high school kids. But why was it weird to bet on high school sports 20 years ago? Why did that feel? There was a very clear line, right?
High school sports now?
If you're betting on, if they have the Little League World Series lines, I guarantee you there's stuff. When they have these high school games that air on ESPN, when Oak Hill Academy plays somebody, I bet you I'd never looked at it. This is, again, Overton window. This is why they throw in the thing of, hey, by the way, they did the Special Olympics. So that way, when your brain goes, wait a minute, we're betting on high school sports now? I haven't seen that. That the framework in your brain can go, oh shit, they're betting on the Special Olympics. Damn right, they're betting on high school sports somewhere. You can find these lines. So again, the question is why? Where's the line and why? If you're okay with betting on the Lakers, is your thing like well, they're professionals. And it's kind of what the point of the sport is just for us all to be entertained, and so let me bet on it.
I think what happened in the professional ranks is this. When I'm growing up, right? Let's go back to where, you'd get the Sunday paper and it had the lines in them. The only kind of betting I knew was the point spread, and you bet what that point spread was. It wasn't like I knew you could parlay stuff and you could do, to win or lose straight up or the point spread. Prop bets in my mind were always the stupid Super Bowl bets.
Yeah, it's the only thing I knew about them.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, once this stuff becomes mainstream, you got the in-game betting, you've got the prop bets and stuff like that on player stuff. And that was just kind of Oh, okay, they're doing that. Okay, I can handle that.
And again, sorry for my ignorance here. When you did the Southside Johnny bookie thing,
yeah.
When Rev was taking bets from people, could you do a prop bet with those?
No.
Okay,
No,
and even like in the Super Bowl, if you saw in the paper, Don Beebe is going to have 92 return yards.
Southside Johnny did.
He didn't do that stuff.
He did line stuff, and he did. You could do a parlay. I'm going to do a 3-teamer. I'm going to do a 5-teamer. That's about as sophisticated as got from Southside Johnny. If you wanted to do probably other stuff, and maybe prop bets have been around a lot longer in Vegas, I just didn't have access to a Vegas casino as far as that over-under on what players could do. And most bookies wouldn't want to take that action anyway. That's a lot of stuff to handle.
Right.
Now that it's on your app,
and you can do dollars. Yeah, that's the other thing. You weren't going to go to Southside Johnny and place a $2 bet.
And I don't blame these companies because they're in like anything else. You're in the deal of making money, and they're like, let's do it and see what people say. Right? If we get in trouble, we can always take it down. We can always stop it. But there is something a little seedy about. I can handle the Special Olympics more than I can handle a 12-year-old Little League baseball because you probably, 12-year-olds don't need to deal with that. The parents of 12-year-olds don't need to deal with that.
A prop bet on how many home runs and strikeouts a 12-year-old's going to have, dude.
Now, you cross your fingers that they never even hear about it. Until somebody you get to Williamsport, or is it Williamsburg or Williamsport? Williamsport, right? Pennsylvania. That's where the
Williamsburg is where the outlet mall is here.
The Tangier outlet mall's on.
Yeah, the thing they used to be. Have you driven past that thing lately?
It's like a ghost town.
Oh, it's like an outdoor Southridge mall. That place used to be like a destination. We would drive over there just for back to school shopping.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey,
we never drove past the
tax-free day in Iowa. Let's go
Yeah.
to the.
And Ross just asked, Ross, sorry, the phone is not working today, bud. We don't know what happened there. We tried to call this morning and we got a really weird message.
Yeah, it was because I have to call into the phone line to bring the phone line on, and I tried again during the break, and they must be having technical difficulties. That's what happens when you use tech. So I apologize for that.
Used to go by the outlet mall. You'd stop. We'd go to the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Company.
Oh yeah,
they were the ones that had the caramel dipped apples.
Big apples. It would take you like 4 days to eat because you couldn't eat a whole apple.
Head-sized apples the size of your head. They'd slice them, and so if you're on the road, you had a sliced caramel apple to eat as a snack. Come on.
Is your line 12-year-old baseball? Is that your line? Is the Special Olympics your line?
I for some reason, and is gambling on high school sports okay?
No, it's not.
So the line's got, and I don't, it feels gray there, right? You're like, yeah, there's a line. It changes for some reason. Why isn't there a line between college and pro? Have we just been conditioned to not feel aligned there? But now all of a sudden you say, all right, we're going to bet on the college games, and then I'm going to parlay in a high school game. You'd go, hey. That feels different. Why? And then if you're okay with the high school thing or you can't figure out why there, then why not the Little League World Series? I got to get going. I got to get going, man. I got some money on a 9U game in California, big tournament out there.
Maybe it's the level, right? And that is, as you get to major Division I sports, it becomes even though it's not professional, but it's always been a little professional, a little more structured, a little more governance. We trusted because we saw when there was point shaving scandals, there was discipline put behind it. You know what I mean? It was like there was some governance. And I think, now, is it perfect? No, nothing's ever going to be perfect. And we've seen with most everything from PEDs to gambling, somebody's always going to try to get around the rules. But there was governance there. There's not much governance at the high school level. There's sure as hell no governance at the 12-year-old baseball level. Dusty says, I've heard rumors that Ross made bets on small children during wrestling events. He was working the table. Were you betting on 9-year-old wrestling, Ross? I like Spanheimer on the pin here.
All right. I'm going to plead the fifth on this.
I'm going to plead the fifth?
Listen, betting means you're putting something on the line, right?
Yeah.
Guessing which kid's going to win a wrestling match is not the same as betting, right?
Unless you say, hey, I'm going to guess that Spanheimer wins here, and if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah, there was none of that I remember. It was just pride. It was just pride. Just being able to judge a book by its cover. What's your ability to judge a book by its cover? Thanks, Dusty. I've
You ever bet against your own kid?
I need more coffee.
Come on, Eli.
I've gone through an entire pot of coffee this morning. You've asked some really good questions, apparently.
Well, I'm here to probe. I am here to probe. That's what I do. Probe. You know what gets you fired up for football? You know what gets you fired up for football? And I'm wondering if what happened yesterday was planned. Meaning this gets people fired up for football. Let's go to a joint practice between Dallas and New Orleans.
Oh, a scrimmage fight? Is this an exhibit? Yeah, here we go.
Look, face mask. Face mask.
Here we go.
Yes.
Oh,
there were 7 brawls. 7 brawls. Now watch this, Ross. We got some wrestling going on, and here comes the body slam.
Nice. There you go. Yep.
Do you know who that is?
Who
that
is
is
that?
Brock Rechsteiner.
Okay.
Brock Rechsteiner is the son of Scott Steiner.
You got Steiner slammed. That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not a great suplex, but it works. This is another one. This is a second fight. This is a different one.
Another one.
Yeah.
There were like 7 total.
Yeah.
Now, everybody can be like, oh, this shouldn't happen. This gets people fired up. If one thing gets people fired up for football, it's a good brawl. Now, where this is going to be a little bit different, under the new collective bargaining agreement, you can get fined for fights in joint practices now. It used to be you couldn't get fined. Now, somebody's going to get fined here. But what this also is, Ross, is, to me, and this goes on for another minute or so, but you get the idea of what the fights are.
Right.
Shows you how competitive the NFL is. These guys are fighting for their freaking jobs, meaning they got to show they want to do anything they can to impress their coaches, and be that team.
Yeah. I don't think anything of these things. It is a byproduct of kind of what you're talking about, Travis. An uber competitive environment where guys are literally fighting for a career or their jobs or a livelihood. On top of it, just being a extremely competitive. As soon as the whistle blows, these guys are really competitive, and it's a physical game. We see every year this stuff happens. I think you're right. This is just like, it's kind of like hearing the sounds of the marching band in the air, the whistles, seeing these fights like this, and there were some actual punches being thrown there.
We had a body slam.
Yeah. It's a suplex.
But don't you think that gets people fired up for football? It's like, yeah, that's what we're jonesing for. We're kind of.
It's one of the things that stokes the fire. You're absolutely right. As soon as, when you said it earlier, I was like, He was like, you know, what gets you in the mood for football? I was like, I hope he's not thinking butt stuff, because I don't know what.
Butt stuff?
I don't know where he's going to go with this.
Butt stuff?
Gets you in the mood for football. And then you played the video. I was like, oh, yeah, this. I never know where you're going. I'm prepared for any chess move on the board, okay?
Butt stuff was not on the rundown today.
Oh, like you wouldn't have thrown that veer at me. Like you've never done something like that to me.
I don't think I've ever brought up butt stuff. Okay, maybe I have.
Anyway.
People wanted an update on the Rush Radio Network and its programming. It's still undecided. I know Sean and Lucas appreciate everybody who reached out to him yesterday. They will not have a show today. There's some things that they have to make a couple phone calls, get some people on their side. Hopefully, Sean and Lucas will be back in the next couple of weeks. Again, it's all in flux, but we do appreciate your support. Don't forget Trent Condon in the Lunch Rush coming up from 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock on the Rush Radio Network, which you can listen to Trent on the TuneIn app and also watch him on YouTube. State Fair continues to go along. JR South Fork Ranch is where you want to hang out. It's the full-on fair stop. Great food like the lobster roll, the caviar creme fraiche chicken nuggets, the bacon pickle mac and cheese. I'm going to be hanging out at the State Fair at JR South Fork Ranch on Saturday. My son Owen will be doing an acoustic set from 2 to 5 on the JR South Fork Ranch stage. Love to see you come out and support Owen, and hell, come up and say hi to me. That'd be great. So whether you're at JR's for lunch, dinner, a drink, or a reset, or somewhere to hang before or after the grandstand shows, JR South Fork Ranch is where you want to be. An hour in the books. We got an hour to go. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search the Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire, a front row tickets to every show millionaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
August is here, which means back to school season is upon us. We over at Land Rover Des Moines want to ensure you and your teens' vehicles are ready for the road ahead. For the entire month of August, we are offering free multi-point vehicle inspections, any make or model. At any of our service center locations, a certified technician will take a look at your tires, brakes, underneath the car, and everything in between. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or head online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Love the Hawkeyes. You love hot takes. Combine them after every game this season with the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back. Because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Nissan. Drive the 2026 Pathfinder for just $379 a month. With impressive tech, comfort, and a sporty design, the Pathfinder delivers a lot of value at a price that's hard to beat. Plus, you can finance select Rogue, Pathfinder, Frontier, and Murano models for 0% for 60 months. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. Got a lot of ways to listen to this show. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Good to have us in your car or desktop this morning. You can watch the show as well. Two good-looking guys like Ross and myself. I say that sarcastically. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and like the video. Leave your comments in the comments section. And follow us on our social media channels. Ross, did you see the ratings for the Field of Dreams game?
I saw them when you sent the rundown this morning.
So this was a major, major hit for Major League Baseball. And I have two things can be true, but I want to know which one weighs more. So in 2021, when they first played the Field of Dreams game, that was between the White Sox and the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay. That drew almost 6 million people to watch. That's a lot. When they played it again in 2022, it dropped down to 3.1 million. That was the Cubs and the Reds. Now, a couple years ago, they played at a minor league park. I forget, is it Rick Way or something like that? That was 2.5 million. Last year, they had the Speedway Classic where they played at Bristol. That was a bit messed up because there were rain delays. They started on like a Saturday night. It went into Sunday. That dropped to 1.6 million. But the Field of Dreams game is supposed to be something different. You had the Twins taking on the Phillies, but those other games were on Fox. The Field of Dreams game moved to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
1.6 million people watched the Field of Dreams game. So you go from the first one in 2021, which was the White Sox and the Yankees at 6 million, to 2026, and you're down to 1.6 million. My question is this. Is it the teams that played, the Minnesota Twins and the Philadelphia Phillies, or was it because it was on Netflix?
Yes. And the third one that you're not, that is in there is just that law of diminishing return. The first one was special. It was neat. It was unique. All those other words you want to put on it. It was the first time you'd seen it. The pageantry, all this other stuff. I think that a couple of people are weighing in now, and I think that you said this the day that it was going on. Remember this, Travis? You said to me, "Hey Ross, are their numbers going to be drastically affected because they're on Netflix?" I said, "Nah, No, everybody's like me because this is what we do. We project. Everybody's just like me. Everybody watches their entire world through Hulu and Netflix, right? No. 1.6 million. You're bringing in about 20% of what you were doing a couple of years ago. Travis, did I miss a couple of years in there? So 21 is the first year. That was the White Sox Yankees. 22, they did a Field of Dreams game again, right?
Yep.
Then 23, 24, 25, did they?
Well, in 20, they didn't do a Field
23 was that the one that they did at the other complex
at the Rick Way or whatever it was, and then you had the Bristol game. So they brought it back.
Bristol was in 24,
25.
25. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So maybe they didn't do one in 24. Either way, dude, I think that most people are saying it's Netflix. Wasn't there also an NFL game happening that night? Wasn't it the Hall of Fame game that was that night? That's why.
Was the Hall of Fame game that night?
It was something else. Because remember you said to me, you asked me, I remember you asking me that day, which one of these is going to have a higher rating?
I think there were other NFL. No, there was a full slate of NFL preseason games that night.
That what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Hall of Fame game was before. There was just a lot more NFL action that night. Now, to be fair, 1.6 million, even though it's way down, if that would have just been a regular
season game, right? Nothing.
Yes.
A shade of that.
But if you're John Deere was the sponsor this year, and you go, well, you got 6 million, you got 3.5, but you dropped to 1.6. You go, did I get my money's worth by sponsoring that and being on Netflix? You go, that didn't quite hit the numbers that we thought we were.
Travis, I'll be honest. I'd forgot that it was even sponsored by John Deere.
Yeah.
I think of it as the Netflix game. I'm not trying to be rude. John Deere wasted that money. I never saw John Deere's logo once. I didn't watch the game. But I'm saying, like, I knew the game was on Netflix. I have Netflix. I would flip on Netflix. I'd see the game being being promoted there. I didn't see the John Deere logo anywhere. So lay off a few more people, John Deere. Looks like that was a good waste of cash. Wow.
Somebody put in here, don't be surprised within 10 years, Netflix goes after the Super Bowl. God, I hope not.
Oh, Trav, 10? They absolutely are. They're in the game. I mean,
I'm old school. Like, the Super Bowl is going to be on ESPN this year. I don't think that should happen. I think it should be on ABC, CBS, NBC, or Fox. I'm a traditionalist that way. I have blinders on. I know I'm not adapting. I want people to listen to the radio on our app now. I want people to make that switch. But when it comes to those big games, I'm like, it needs to be on a network. It needs to be that traditional, because I still know it's that free television, right? You have to pay for ESPN. And I get 95% of the country has cable television, but not everybody has an expanded package to where you get ESPN or you get some of those other tiers of channels. You're probably not as passionate about that as I am when it comes to being on a network.
I have, because I cut the cord a long, long, long time ago. So it's just not it doesn't affect me. It doesn't touch my fingers. So I don't.
It really doesn't affect me because I have apps I don't even use. I'm still paying for Peacock. Why am I paying for Peacock? Well, the Big Ten, yeah, but now it's on NBC Sports Network, which is a part of the YouTube package, so I don't need the Peacock.
Right, but wait, they bundled all that together, and it's all owned by the same company who owns all the.
I did not see this. Is this true? These guys didn't see the U of I announcement of the field sponsor changing? Because it was John Deere last year. I didn't.
I did see somebody say that when we were talking about John Deere, they said, they pulled the sponsorship from Iowa and sponsored the Field of Dreams game. I'll be honest, if you'd have asked me who sponsored the field at Iowa, I wouldn't have known. I didn't know it was the job. I don't give a shit. The one that bothers me is Mid-American. The Mid-American field at Jack Trice. It's a monopoly. I'm a customer of. I'm forced to get my gas and energy from Mid-American, and then they pay a state university, an athletic department that. Wait a minute. What? Why do you even need to advertise? You're a monopoly. And then but you have to raise my rate so that you can pay a bill at you don't understand, Ross. You're right. I'm too stupid to get it. You're right. I'm too stupid to understand why a public utility that's a monopoly sponsors the field at a public university to the tune of millions of dollars. Just keep feeding me my bill. Just feed me my bill.
Just tell me what to pay every month.
Tell me what to pay. Set me up on the auto pay, whatever it is. Just take my money, play the games, entertain me.
Yeah, Progressive Insurance is the new sponsor at Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
Okay. How many words did you just say?
Progressive
Insurance
is at Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
Sure. And I'm sure Progressive's going to get lots of mentions because I can't remember. I lost count of how many times I would be walking towards Kinnick Stadium and my buddies would be like, "You excited to get to Duke Slater Field?"
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You guys, who's jacked up about Kinnick Stadium with Duke Slater Field at Progressive? Powered by. The time is 7:12. Sponsored by Windsor Clock in Windsor Heights.
Is there a Windsor Clock?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Go in there and get a grandfather clock?
They have grandfather clocks. They have watches. If it tells time, I think Windsor will help you. I think they're still in business. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. And then it's only the Progressive Insurance field until you get into the Case IH red zone.
That's only for radio though, so you don't see that.
So John Deere sponsored the 60 yards between the 20s. Okay. And then we sold John Deere those 60 yards, but the 40 yards closest to the end zone, those belong to Case IH. And if you're confused, it's just because you're too stupid to get it. If you think it sounds crazy, it's just because it's just shut up. You don't get it.
I mean, I understand, and you do too, the power of advertising and
absolutely.
Sponsorships.
I just don't, I didn't know it was the John Deere field. I truly didn't.
Well, because it was like they didn't get it on there for like 3 or 4 games last year, and when it's not talked about, when you watch the game, you go, "Oh, there's the logo." It's kind of like Mid-America, so you just go, "Oh, there's the logo."
See, now listen, there are ones I love,
but
the Spawn and Rose Hammerhead.
But why
Spawn and Rose Lumber Company in
do
Dubuque,
you know that?
Iowa?
Why do you know that? Because Gary says it. It's like the Case IH at Red Zone. It's like when we talk about Willis Automotive. You can have a logo up there. That's great. But if you're not talking about the logo and why the logo's there, it's kind of meaningless except for, oh, okay, I've seen that. But when you have a testimonial or when we talk about our sponsors, we're putting a voice to it and you remember.
A group that you've used, the one that bothers me is the Mid-American. I get all the other ones.
Well, over in my neck of the woods, you know, you're going to go see Benson Boone at the CHI Health Center, right? Which
is not a hospital.
It's not a hospital. But a lot of people are upset because with the cost of healthcare, why does a healthcare company spend that kind of money to sponsor an arena?
Legitimate question.
Yes.
Legitimate question. Wait, you're spending how much?
Now, to be fair, medical health services in this town is very competitive. When you have like 4 major, so you're trying to stand out. I understand it. But when you say, God, you're the most expensive healthcare company out there, why is that?
Casey's is one that makes sense.
100%.
Wells Fargo was one that made sense. They're a very competitive market, trying to fight for dollars. Getting a benefit back from having a little build out store inside of the arena or whatever that looks like, having their stagecoach there, whatever it looks like. There are some that I get.
And some you don't get.
And some that are just funny.
We were talking about the Field of Dreams games. Let's keep on the baseball theme. The Brewers shut out the Mariners last night, 22-0.
I did not see this.
22-0. Tying the largest shutout in the modern era. Milwaukee had 4 home runs, Ross. 3 3-run bombs, 1 2-run bomb. 22 total hits. Seattle
22 hits, 22 runs?
Yeah. Seattle held to 5 hits, struck out 10 times. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Here's the crazy thing about the Brewers. We were talking a little bit about the Brewers yesterday. They had a double steal yesterday, too. Pat Murphy does some cool stuff, right? Think about this. The Brewers have the best record in baseball. The Brewers have the best run differential in baseball. I want to see your reaction when I give this next stat. The Brewers have the fewest home runs in Major League Baseball.
Wow. Wow. Trav, remember early in the season I talked about Tampa Bay. And the Brewers were in that same article about this resurgence of small ball. The Brewers and the Rays are doing something else besides stealing bases, double steals, not hitting home runs. The Brewers and the Tampa Bay Rays are doing something else at a different pace or rate is the better term than anybody else has in a long time. It's bunting. They're bunting the ball, moving runners around. What 3 home runs last night, you said, right?
4
home runs last night.
3
3-run bombs.
Run homers and 1 2-run bomb.
But they're not doing it normally with the long ball.
When you have 117 home runs as a team, the fewest in Major League Baseball, but yet you're still the best team in baseball and you have the largest run differential in baseball.
I love seeing it. What's weird to me is that go ahead.
It's getting to the point to me now that if the Brewers don't win the World Series, I think I'm going to be disappointed.
Oh, well, come on now. You got to slow down on that. You got to be careful with that. The postseason is such a different animal than the regular season in baseball. And I think it is in a lot of sports. I don't know if it's the pressure of it. In baseball, I think it is that. I think it's a combination of things. And I'm just kind of spitballing here. But it is the pressure of being in the playoffs. It is the fact that it's a series and it's compressed down. That you've got to have a good rotation. You got to have a lineup that can rebound the next day. You got to have that chemistry in that locker room that's able to take a lump or two and get right over the top of that speed bump and go, okay, yep, hey, that one sucked. Tomorrow morning we go get it. Here we go, boys. Got to have a golfer's mentality in the playoffs. And
Berger says pitching wins championships. The Brewers have the 5th best pitching staff in the country.
The 5th, but not the best.
No, but you know who the best is?
Gonna
surprise you.
Is it the Yankees?
It is.
Is it the Yankees?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Doesn't surprise me because they've
no, and I'm wrong. Brewers second best team ERA. So It goes Yankees and Brewers.
That's pretty damn good. Top 5 is pretty good.
So you mentioned the Rays, you mentioned the Brewers, and the proof is there, right? Baseball, any sport really. It's from when we went to the veer to the wishbone to the West Coast offense to the spread. People follow trends. Will baseball get back to, hey, we're not going to play a power game. We're going to play the small ball game, and as somebody said earlier in the chat, the way the game is supposed to be played.
Yeah, right. That's what I would agree with. I hope so. The cynic in me says no. The cynic in me says, it's the old that I've talked about this one a lot. Probably so much people are sick of it, but it's
Coach, it's the best team ERA. Sorry, Coach said you need to clarify what does constitute the best pitch. I didn't say staff. It's when you look at the Major League pitching stats, and it goes off team ERA. The Yankees are number 1. The Brewers are number 2. So sorry,
team ERA. Okay,
team ERA.
People can try people can try things that are out of the box and against the norm, and it can be successful, and then they'll back away from it. You're asking, is baseball going to transition or morph back to the small ball era? No. What's going to happen is the teams that take advantage of it are going to be outliers, and they'll win and they'll have success. But then eventually, the guys that are making those decisions and are brave enough to go against the stats and go against the metrics, the trends.
You mentioned the bunting, and I'm going to ask us an idiotic question. Is that because of the velocity? Like, hey, I have a better chance of getting a 102-mile-an-hour pitch down on a bunt than I do swinging away. I'm just asking.
Could be, Travis. That might be a contributing factor on it. That might be a contributing. Man, guys can catch up with speed. Hitters can hit 104, 106 miles an hour. They can catch up with it. Not everybody, but guys can. I think it's just a combination of a lot of things, Travis. I think that's a factor. That dude's throwing 107 miles an hour or whatever it is. It's easier to lay one down than try to catch up with it. Guys are super fast. We have a ton of guys now that can fly down the bases. What I was going to say earlier, I'm surprised that this is happening now after the shift got banned. I thought when guys were playing the shift and you'd have 8 dudes on the right side of the field because you had Big Papi at the plate. Like, why isn't he just laying one down the third baseline? But they didn't, and then they banned the shift, and I was like, well, this is going to suck now, and that's actually I think that it's better. You've got a lot more teams, well, 2 teams. Travis, I thought the same thing when Brock Purdy got drafted, and Brock Purdy had great success. And I thought, well, wait a minute, maybe teams will realize you don't have to be 6'4". Doesn't matter how big your hands are. It matters how good of a football player you are. And I said that to Sage Rosenfeld. So I was like, Sage, our team's going to wake up now and start realizing it's how good of a football player is. And Sage Rosenfeld said, you're asking me if teams are going to stop drafting 6'6" quarterbacks? Go, oh yeah, that was dumb, wasn't it? That's pretty dumb. Because if a kid's coming out of college and he's 6'6" and he's got all the metrics, you're drafting that kid rather than the 5'11" dude. You can draft a little midget when you can draft the 6'4" guy. So are you gonna start the shortstop that likes to lay down a bunt and can run a 4.40? Or are you gonna start the shortstop that can hit 35 bombs? Most people are gonna say, "Give me that dude that hits the 35 bombs,"
because that's what your gut tells you.
Yeah, that's what your head tells you. Damn, 35 home runs, hell yeah. So I don't. Yeah, your question, I like what Burger, how he puts it here. Your question is, are they going to get away from launch angles and exit velocity? No. Unfortunately, not for a long time. It's going to be that stuff for a while. What's your exit velo? Well, hold on. How many hits do you get? How often do you produce runs? No, man, I care about your launch angle. Because that's what really is going to turn things around.
I like what the Mariners manager said yesterday when they asked, hey, the Brewers, they have the least home runs in Major League Baseball. He goes, the difference is they have dudes that can hit them. It's not like, meaning it's like you just said, how many runs can you score? Well, they've got the largest run differential in baseball. They can score runs, They don't need to hit home runs to do it.
Yeah.
But they got the dudes who can.
Travis, you know who Peter Gammons, the I think Hall of Fame baseball writer. You know who he said was the best home run hitter he ever saw in batting practice? Ichiro Suzuki.
Which
Peter
was known for doubles and singles, right?
Getting on base, man. It's almost slap hitting at times. But Peter Gammons would tell stories about how he could he could do like around the world. He could take the first pitch, hit it out to left, the second pitch to center, the third pitch to right. So why didn't, again, could he have done it all the time in Major League Baseball? No, I don't think that's what he's saying. I just think that he did, the guy was a master hitter. As opposed to me, who was a master debater.
And you were a decent bunter, right? When you got a chance?
I was a fantastic bunter. It was the only thing they let me do. My sophomore season, I led the team, entire team, in batting average. I hit 500 over the course of an entire year, my sophomore season.
All the singles on a bunt.
I was 3 for 6.
All bunts?
I had like 17 sacrifices. And I'm sure that my 3 hits were also bunts that they just scribbled into the book. Give the kid a hit, will you? He's 0 for 3 with 27 sacrifices. Can we give him a hit? Ended the season 3 for 6. Official line. Oh, Trav, you just muted.
Oh, that's my bad. So,
okay, good.
Speaking of master hitters, I don't know if he's a master hitter yet, but we talked about Pete Crow Armstrong yesterday. So he led off the home run, or the game yesterday with a home run, ended the game in the 10th with a walk-off. Then yesterday against the White Sox, he led off the game again with a home run, Ross. That's incredible. Just the 6th player to lead off, walk off, lead off with home runs.
Well, didn't you say he was the first player to lead off and walk off? I thought he was the first one.
No, he was the first one since 2010 to do a lead off and a walk off.
Oh my gosh. I didn't. Okay. In my brain, he was the first one to do that.
No, he was the first player since 2010, but now he's the first player ever to do a lead off, walk off, lead off in back-to-back days.
Now I want to find the list of players that have done lead off, walk off. We should know some of those names. Ricky Henderson. Craig Biggio. Brett Butler wasn't much of a home run hitter. I hope there's somebody in there like Rob Dernier. It's going to be like a Kaz Suzuki or something like that.
So you have Pete Crow Armstrong.
Okay.
Chris Young did it in 2010.
Remember that.
Ian Kinsler,
yeah. Second baseman for the Texas Rangers. He was a good one.
Reed Johnson in 2003.
For Toronto, or he was a Cub for a while too.
Well,
Reed Johnson was.
It's funny. It was the Blue Jays versus the Cubs.
That's funny.
Darren Erstad did it for the Angels.
Oh, Darren Erstad's a fun one.
Vic Power in 1957.
What was interesting about Darren Erstad? He went to Nebraska, right?
He was a punter. He was
That's
an incredible punter.
That's what it was. He was a punter that's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Darren Erstad might be one of the most underappreciated college punters of all time. That dude had a leg.
Damn good baseball player too.
Yes.
Damn good. Yeah, that's an athlete, man. Is he from Omaha?
No, I think he was like from North or South Dakota.
Okay, all right. I feel like he was a Midwest kid for some reason.
Yeah.
I had that in my head.
Yeah.
Well, see, what a fun list. That's a fun list of names. Darren Erstad.
But not the names you would expect, right? You expect, well, it's got to be.
I thought Ricky Henderson would be on there for sure.
Yeah.
That would have been. I'd have put money down that Ricky was one of the guys that did that.
By the way, the Cubs walked off again last night.
Yeah.
Alex Bergman with an RBI single to lead the Cubs over the White Sox 4-3. I forget how many walk-offs the Cubs have this year. It's like getting close to like double digits.
This is the thing. Like when you say the Brewers, I'm going to be disappointed if the Brewers are shocked. This sounds stupid because they're a couple games back, but I think games like this, winning in fashion like this, there's a Hilton Magic type of confidence that starts to build inside of a dugout and a locker room, and the more of these games you win, the better that's going to serve you, in my opinion, when you get into September and October, because that's the type of atmosphere and type of game that you've got to be able to thrive in, right? And so with the Brewers, to finish that thought about them, that's why I think you get this thing that happens in sports where a team gets close, then they get closer, and then they finally get over the top of the mountain. And they win, they get that championship. We've seen that with so many different franchises where this team of young guys is building up. They get really close, and then they lose to the Dodgers. They get a little bit closer, and they lose to the Dodgers. Now, that might be what we're seeing with the Brewers, is that this will be the year that they finally get over the top. I do think that with the way if you ask me right now, which one of these teams is better positioned or better served or looking like a team that could make a deep run, I like the way the Cubs are winning games.
By the way, the 13th
as opposed to
walk-off
22
win.
to nothing.
13th walk-off win for the Cubs this year. Pretty impressive.
That's incredible.
Hey, you can win up to $50,000 from the Iowa Lottery's promotion Game Show Experience. Enter non-winning The Price is Right scratch tickets into your VIP club account before August 25th for your chance to win cash. Any entries that weren't selected as winners in the first drawing will automatically roll into the Game Show Experience Trip Prize, where a share of $10 million will be up for grabs in the game show themed competition with games based on shows like The Price is Right, Family Feud, and Press Your Luck. 2 winners from the Iowa Lottery promotion will get flown to Los Angeles for this prize, with so much more included. You can find out more information about this awesome prize at ialottery.com. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you my dream job is no job, front row tickets to every show, hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie,
Yep, a little further.
or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Brendan Santone here at Willis Cadillac. Coming into August, back to school time, we have a full lineup of our EV models available to come check out. Vistic, Optic, or Lyric. We have a few of each. Behind me to my left is going to be a new color for this year, 2027, Cashmere with a light interior, very elegant. And then to the right is a silver with black kind of combination, more of a sporty look. So whichever you prefer, we got a little bit of everything. Come see us in Clive at Willis Cadillac or at williscadillac.com.
Another day in paradise.
You said it, buddy. Wait, hush up, it's him.
With over 20 years of experience, Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions can help.
I don't like the sound of that.
Whether it's birds in your dryer vent, ants in your kitchen, or bats in your attic.
Did you just say bats?
Call us today and see how Bats and Bugs can help prevent your home from becoming their home.
Not good, not good.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here.
Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. Even the pests know.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
I like to buy America, go from hometowns near and far. All pursuing happiness doesn't matter who you are. That's the
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
State Fair savings have rolled into Willis Chevrolet of Granger. It's the biggest event of the season, and we're celebrating with huge discounts, deals like Silverado 1500 0% APR for 60 months, plus $750 cash rebate. Trailblazer already affordable, now packed with an additional $750 cash rebate. Come see why Willis Chevrolet of Granger is the best place in Iowa to buy a Chevy. Here in Granger, online at willischevy.com.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
You know, some energy drinks are all about the caffeine. Monster Juice is all about bold fruit flavor and packed with the energy Monster is famous for. It's the perfect way to shake up your daily routine when you want something bigger, bolder, and a lot more flavorful. Crack open a Monster Juice from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. You saw the Central City commercials during the break. We do have a Central City Liquors poll up right now, and that is, what deal would you like to see? Beer won yesterday, so your choices are the Coors Light 15-pack, the Sam Adams Oktoberfest 6-pack, the Yuengling Flight 6-pack, or the Goose Island Tropical Hug 6-pack. Right now, Yuengling at 38%, Coors Light at 30%, Sam Adams 24%, and the Goose Island at 8%. You got plenty of time to vote. Just go to our X page at Rush Mornings and decide what you want on special from Central City Liquors tomorrow. You know, of course, beer makes a good party. USA Today, Ross, came out with its top party schools in the United States.
USA Today came out with the top party schools?
Yeah.
This is the coaches poll of the party school polls. Because Playboy's the AP.
Is Playboy still around?
I don't even know if Playboy still does it or not. I don't even know if Playboy is still around. Are they just an online publication? Would that even make sense? Is Playboy still around? That's a good question.
I don't know. I think it's still around. I don't think they print a magazine anymore. I think it's still online.
Wow. We used to be a real country.
Hustler, I think, is still around. Penthouse is still around. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
Penthouse Forum, some of the best writing that ever took place.
Yeah. But that when we were kids, that's what the party school ranking was. Was Playboy, right?
Yeah. Remember when Playboy used to do like the girls of the Big Ten, the girls of the Big Eight, girls of the SEC?
Yeah, and then like once every 4 or 5 years, one of your buddies would be like, "Dude, I know that girl." Every once in a great while, you'd have a buddy that was like, "No, man, seriously, like my friend's Barbara's cousin's friend. He's in a frat, and the dude that used to be in that frat knew a guy who dated a girl who was in a sorority with that chick. She's real."
Johnny says, Penn State number one? No, Penn State is not number one. Penn State, I believe, is in the top 10, but it's not number one. Iowa made the list. Iowa State did not. Iowa came in at number 21 in the country as the top party schools
Just
in the
like
country.
just like the AP top 25.
To me, there has to be a set criteria, which I get places can be a fun place to party. But you tell me if I'm wrong, Ross, and I'm not going to go through the whole list of 25. But Delaware was number 25. Delaware?
The University of Delaware?
The University of Delaware. I actually know somebody who goes to the University of Delaware.
Seriously?
Yeah. My Greta's really good friend goes to the University of Delaware.
Is she a partier?
No. But UC Santa Barbara was on this list. Howard was on this list. And I'm like,
Howard's
have,
a historic, a black college?
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, if you don't have major Division I college football, you can't be a top 25.
That's your criteria? Got to be major college football?
Yes.
Wow.
That adds to the party experience.
I was curious when you said criteria. I was really curious, like, what's he mean by that? I don't know I wonder how they do this. Genuinely, how do they come up with what the best party schools are? I mean, are they going by like arrest rates? They
didn't even give the criteria. They just started going right into
here's who the top ones are.
Yeah.
Arizona State and Iowa were two that I just remember for years when Playboy, who again, they did it right, folks. I'm being facetious. I have no idea.
I mean, Illinois is number 18.
What?
Illinois, I know. Champaign-Urbana is a party school?
Where is Arizona State?
Number 12.
Okay.
Number 12. Here's your top 10.
Thank you. Okay, start with 10 and move your way up.
10 is Ole Miss.
Okay. Sure.
Out of the SEC, Saturdays at the Grove, incredible. I'd have to ask Abigail after football games, how much of a party school is it? Number 9 is Penn State. Number 8 is UC Santa Barbara. You got a great nickname in the Gauchos, but come on.
And an incredible town.
I've never been to Santa Barbara.
You've never been there?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Santa Barbara's incredible. A lot of money, super duper expensive, but really cool town. It's tucked in a weird part of the coast where when you're on the beach, you're actually kind of you're not looking west when you're on the beach in Santa Barbara. So it's in this really weird part where you're almost looking southeast when you're sitting on the beach, and they have sunsets there.
Is that right? Crazy how they have sunsets in Santa Barbara. Number 7 is USC, the University of Southern California. Number 6, Virginia Tech comes in at number 6. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, number 5 is Wisconsin.
I was just going to say Virginia Tech has a Wisconsin feel. I mean, okay, I can't argue with any of these. I like all of them so far.
I didn't know this one. Number 4 is Georgia. And I sat with Maury Hanks, who's been on the show. He's the one promoting the Iowa Creighton game coming up. And Maury has an interesting story. And I forgot that he was on Rudy Washington's first staff at Drake. So Maury was actually a coach at Drake. And then he went on to be an NBA scout. And we were just talking college campuses when he went around to scout. And the first thing he said to me is, Athens, Georgia is where it's at. He goes, Athens is the real deal.
They were 3? Or they were 4?
Florida State. So, Georgia's number 4. Florida State is number 3.
Yeah, that makes sense, too.
Number 2 is Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, I can't argue back. I can't push back. Seems like a lot of fun at those places.
Number 1 surprised me. I understand the location, and they do party. But I don't know if it's necessarily campus partying as much as it is the city.
You understand the location. You know they party. Texas.
No.
Someplace in Texas.
Tulane University, which is in New Orleans.
Tulane is number 1?
That was my reaction. Tulane was number one.
You're right. Party town. I've never heard that.
Either have I.
And you've got a kid that you've
went
had
to
kids
school at Loyola, which
you've
is
had
right
kids.
next door to Tulane. I have two. I got one that lives in New Orleans now. She parties all the time. Don't get me wrong. She parties, but she's in the city. But when you have Mardi Gras and you got a parade for something every single weekend, but is that so much campus-based, student-based, or is it a cultural thing within the city that makes it the party school?
Yeah, because then couldn't there be a New York or UNLV? Why wouldn't UNLV be on the list if Tulane is? Like, well, it's not really campus that lights it up, but I don't know. I've never been, so I can't speak to it. The three best college campuses I've ever partied at were Iowa State, and UNI.
Sounds fun to me.
Central's fourth.
Do you think schools want to be on that list? I mean, students take pride in it, but do you think administrations, when the list comes out, goes, "Oh, we're the number one party school"? Because you know what happens? It's like the double-edged sword. You don't want to be known as the drinking college and the place to go have fun, but you also know when that list comes out, your applications, enrollment goes up. Because there are kids who go...
That's when you said administrations, I almost wanted to say, hold on, you got to divide that up. Does administration love it? Does admissions love it?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
You know,
I think the president of the university hears about it and probably says, "What were the criteria?"
See, I would embrace this. If I'm Tulane, which has like a 14% acceptance rate,
if you're the president of the university,
I would go all in. My literature would be number one academic, number one party school. You can be smart and party at the same frickin' time. If I'm in Alabama, roll Tide, party here, get educated here. Go all in on it. Don't run from it. Embrace it.
I don't think a president of a private institution has that attitude.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying if I was the president of said university, I would embrace it 100%. At Iowa right now, we're the number 21 party school in the country. We're just like our football team.
You can't brag about 21. Can't brag about 21.
Can't brag about 21.
Nope. I think you can brag top 10, top 5. Number 1.
But I guarantee there's a number of kids who probably don't make it, select their college based on how good of a party scene it is.
When I was in middle school, I thought Arizona State. Because Playboy says they're the number 1 party school.
You're in the desert. You see the pictures of all the...
I didn't even party. And I was like, I want to... Number 1. But Arizona State and Tulane are different places.
Completely. Culturally, academically.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think Tulane's like $82,000 a year.
Jesus. Oh, my God. And you have to pay that. And it's 4 years. They don't just give it to you. They don't give you a degree in one. What the?
And I'm not joking with like the 14 to 20% acceptance rate.
I believe that.
Yeah.
That's why this would be like Stanford being on the list.
Yeah.
Or Northwestern. I mean, I don't know if Tulane's quite there, but they're in that.
Oh, I think it's.
Are they?
It
Okay.
would be considered. Maybe not Stanford more so because of the tech and the stuff that's coming out of there, but I think Tulane produces
Right there with Northwestern and
yeah.
Okay.
It's just Tulane's not in the Big Ten or the SEC, and one of the it's always been kind of a smaller school in New Orleans. It never had a power football team.
I think that Fick might have a point here. He said, if we're talking party schools, where was Penn State at? And I guess the more important question, they were like 18th. Penn State?
Penn State's number 9. They're top
number
10,
9.
baby.
Okay.
And by the way, the kid who was on the Lamb yesterday turned himself in.
So I think that is an important question. This is kind of like the Heisman voting. Did the Heisman voting come in before the national championship when, Vince Young had his great performance? Did the voting come in before we found out about the Penn State cocaine scandal? Because I feel like if voters didn't know about the cocaine scandal and they voted them 9th, imagine where they could have. And Sarah was not misgendered by Ross, Driftless. I didn't misgender Sarah. Sarah's a guy named John. Duh. It's 2026, Driftless. Keep up. Sarah's a guy named John. John is my my buddy that invited me back into the fantasy football fold. Draft.
What? Oh no! You're going down.
I've been told that John is still in talks with the construction crews to get my name taken down from the Ring of Honor, because you can't both be in the Hall of Fame and be an active member of the league, and I am a Hall of Famer. The roster baiters were retired years ago. They were shelved to never be brought back again. Stocked in a warehouse. Put away for good, mothballed. And then I got the phone call. They said, hey, there's an opening in the league. Some people have suggested that we bring back Ross Easy Money Peterson to donate some cash to the league so that the
How much
the
does
winner,
it cost to get into said league?
$100.
Okay. I've only done fantasy football like twice in my life. I hated it. Had to have my rosters in. I'm just like, what am I doing here?
It's been a while.
What sucked you back in? Because you're not in fantasy baseball.
I want it because it's fun. It is fun. What sucked me back in was a day of hanging out with my buddies, and then every week having something to chat with my friends about, or being in the league text group, whatever, that camaraderie. It's not the football. It's not.
Is it the smack talk that goes along with it?
I'm not a smack talker. I am not. I'm not. Am I? Am I a shit talker?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize it.
No, that's a good thing. I like shit talkers. You just do it in a different way. It's a passive aggressive shit talk.
That I agree with. I'm a smart ass.
Yes.
I'm a really
smarmy.
I think is a word that I would
it's
use.
Like, it's to the point where
it's annoying.
To the point where it's frustrating because it's hard to come with another comeback. It's like, I can't top that. It comes off as too smart.
Okay. I'm Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try to dial that back.
No, that's what we love about you.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I'll be giving you weekly updates on my fantasy football team. We're going to do, I think, an hour next week. I'm going to break down my fantasy draft strategy. I'm going to give you my sleepers. I'm going to tell you the defenses and kickers to avoid and the defenses and kickers to go after.
Please don't. Now, because you're new to the league, do you get like number one draft position?
So this is an auction draft. Okay. Which means that you can get any player you want. Well, okay. It's a keeper league. I'm going to geek out. I promised I wasn't going to do this part of it, but it's an auction draft, which means that players get thrown out. So somebody will say, I'll take Matt Stafford for $1.
And do you have $100 to spend through the draft?
$200 is your fake budget. It's $100 of real money to buy in. And then you get a fake budget that everybody has to stay within, like a salary cap. Okay.
Okay.
But then every player, you take turns throwing out a name. And then if you want the guy, you can spend the most money and you can get the guy. So makes it a lot of fun, and then there's a lot more strategy involved in it. That's my most that's my favorite way to do drafts is auction draft in any sport. Even in baseball, drafts are a lot of fun too. They just take forever.
I think as a quarterback, you need to draft Baker Mayfield. That's who you need to go after.
All right.
Baker
Why
Mayfield.
Do you think that?
Well, he's in the last year of his contract.
Okay.
He has said that he is going to become an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. What does that mean? That means he needs to play really well and ball out to get the contract he's looking for. So my advice to you, go with Baker Mayfield.
I like it. Okay. All right. It's weird, Travis, when I used to play a long time ago, quarterbacks really mattered. And now in fantasy football, quarterbacks are not nearly as important in fantasy football as they are in real football. It's a lot more about having great wide receivers and running backs, and it's thin at the top there. And with quarterbacks, you can get 10 or 12 guys and throw a blanket over them.
Tight ends fall into that wide receiver thing?
No, tight ends are a lot more. There's less than that. There's 6, 7, 8 tight ends that you'd be happy with. If you're a Hawkeye fan, there's a few more.
True. Very, very true. Are there college fantasy football teams?
I think I've heard about this, Travis, where guys do, but with that, instead of drafting players, you draft like position rooms. So you take like the Alabama running backs.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? So you're not tied to an individual player. You get the production of the running backs of that team. But I've never done that. That's a little bit too. I haven't done fantasy baseball for years either. So we'll see. I'll probably lose interest 6-7 weeks in. I'll be out of the running. The league will be annoyed with me because I'll be starting guys on bye. But I'll have fun at the draft.
And we promise this will be the last. I'm watching the numbers.
Right.
I've watched the numbers.
I'm sorry. I hate it.
No.
I didn't want to. I even told you beforehand, like, hey, I'm doing this, but we don't have to talk about it because I hate it.
Well, at least you did it at the very end of the show when, nobody really cares.
Oh, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Everybody have a great Wednesday. Get out to the Iowa State Fair. Have a corn dog. Have a lobster roll. If you got some money, get the caviar chicken nuggets at JR South Fork Ranch.
He's got the high roller lobster roll also, which has the caviar on the lobster roll if you don't want to do the chicken nuggets, which...
We'll be back tomorrow, 6 a.m. Trent Condon in the Lunch Rush coming up at 11 o'clock right here on the Rush Radio Network.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. We are now booking, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
It's August, and that means back to school time is upon us. And we here at Willis Infinity want to make sure you and your teen driver's vehicle are safe and reliable for the year ahead. That's why we're offering a complimentary vehicle inspection. Just bring you or your teen's car to any Willis service center, and our skilled technicians will check over things like brakes, tires, and more. Any make, any model. So schedule your appointment online at willisinfinity.com.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Bask in the glory of victory, or if necessary, wallow in the sorrow of defeat. Do both after every Hawkeye game on the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Don't settle for less. Get more of what you want with new Power Water from Powerade. More electrolytes, more flavor, and zero sugar. Do it again, make it a 10. I got the power. Finally, a fitness water that gives you power for more. Powerade Power Water. It takes more.
There's more Rush coming up now, but stay tuned to the Rush Radio Network for the Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and finish your day with Sean Roberts and Lucas Train on Beyond the Bench from 4 to 6. Only on the Rush Radio Network.